So I'm doing a truck vlog, and this is probably overdue. I've done like a couple of these that I just never ended up posting because they usually end up fucking sucking. But I do have a story that I want to tell. But first, since this is my first truck vlog, let me introduce what I am in. I am in my 2010 Toyota Tundra, and I have dubbed this the Spartan Tundra on Instagram. So it's kind of like a little build page, whatever. So that way I can have its own page for this. I have a YouTube channel for it, but I'll probably just end up deleting it because it's stupid. This person's a fucking idiot. So yeah, this is the Spartan Tundra. Currently, I am on my way to Tallahassee to drop off my Diavel. Now, before I tell you why, let's have story time with Downey.
Agents of the Resistance.
We must rise. We must resist.
Wow, that's a stupid bitch. So, story time with Downey. A couple months ago, I took a road trip out to Jacksonville to meet up with Oi Dirk, Chase Jasper Down, and Redline 87. I was going to be meeting up with them, chilling with them for the whole weekend kind of thing. And I was going to ride out there to kind of save money, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I was, trying to be good and save money. So I was thinking, let me ride the Diavel. It's more comfortable. It's not going to be as bad. It's not going to be as hard on my wrists for the long distance trip. So load up the Diavel, fill up the Kriega backpack and the tail bag, and bounce. One thing that was an issue was I was going to run into possible showers, according to what the Weather Channel was talking, possible showers. And when I left work, I think I left work like late. Fuck, I wish I remembered the times because it's been a while. I'll link the story. I'll put the actual story that I wrote like 2 days after the event in the description. So I wrote a pretty funny story. I'm not a writer by any means, but I think it'd be funny for you guys to actually read it in a story mode context and instead of just a video. So if you want to read the story before I tell the story, go ahead and pause right now and check out the description. Alright, with that being said, so I left work late. I don't remember the exact time that I left work, but I knew that I had like rain clouds to my back, which was like legitimately behind me right now, as I was heading out to Jacksonville. It's about a 4-hour drive, maybe 4.5 hour drive, tops, to get out to Jacksonville. So bailed, storm clouds in the back behind me, and I was like, well, you know what, if I gun it and I go a little bit faster from the start, it shouldn't be too big of a problem making it and not having to deal with the storm clouds behind me. So I go, I had music in my ears. I threw in some Skull Candy earbuds, and knowing that I might hit rain, I had my phone in a quote-unquote patent pending Ziploc bag with the audio cord, coming out through the zip. So I took off, jamming the music, had some fucking, Dead Mouse going, and got to Jacksonville, had to fill up. I saw like some storm clouds ahead of me, and I'm just like, well, I didn't get to Jacksonville, excuse me, I got to Tallahassee, and saw, scattered storm clouds ahead of me, nothing too major, but, whatever. So I get going, and, I'm still listening to music, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like from the left, like a massive swell of fuck just like started downpouring on me. It was horrible. Probably the worst rain that I'd ever been in my entire life. But I was like, well, I'm already in it. I usually like, let me go back a little bit. I don't like riding in rain. I've wrecked in the rain before, and if I can avoid it, which 98% of the time I usually do, I'll not go out and ride in the rain. I have the opportunity to not, so I choose not. So now I'm riding through the rain. I don't have rain gear because I don't ride in the rain. So I mean, I'm soaked, and I knew that, and I was okay with it. It's like, well, this sucks. I'm just gonna keep going, kind of thing. It's whatever. So I was just pushing through, just fucking going balls to the wall, rocking through this rain. I was doing just fucking fine, already understanding that I'm gonna be soaked regardless. So I was mobbing it. It was fucking fun. I get about 90 miles out of 90 miles. I say 90. Is it 90? I think it was 90. I get about 90 miles out from Jacksonville, because like a sign pops up. It's like, you are 90 miles away from Jacksonville. I'm like, cool. This is fucking awesome. I'm 90 miles out from Jacksonville. So, still jamming the music, and all of a sudden, phone dies. Nothing. No music, nothing. I was like, am I getting an incoming call or what? And I ended up like pulling off in one of the next rest stations just to, you know, obviously stretch and, you know, get my bearings, find out where I need to go, and, you know, check and see why my phone isn't working anymore. So I pull off into the rest stop, pull out my phone, and I open up the Ziploc, and there's water inside. How it got in through the little hole with the cord came out, because I mean, I had the thing folded up. There should not have been any fucking water really able to get in there. But like I said, patent pending. This is a horrible fucking idea. Regardless, my phone doesn't work any fucking more, and I'm like, fuck. And a few things go through my mind. One, I don't know where Oi Dirk lives. I knew where he lived on my phone. I had the directions playing in my ear. That's why I really needed the phone. So I didn't know where Oi Dirk lived, and I had no way of getting a hold of him. It was impossible to get a hold of Oi Dirk or Chase Jasper down or fucking Redline 87. I wasn't able to get a hold of any of those guys without this phone. So I had to make a decision. Do I turn around and head home and figure out how to get a hold of these guys like after I get back, or do I put my faith in humanity? Side note, bad idea. And just push through. So I ended up deciding that all I have to do is make it to Jacksonville. The town's like big-ish, but I mean, it can't be too big to where, you know, I can't find someplace to stop and, you know, like ask somebody if I could borrow their phone, or, you know, like use a laptop or something to be able to log in to Facebook, shoot these guys a message, and let them know like the whole situation. So I was like, I'm gonna put my faith in humanity. That's what I'm gonna do. So I took off. I'm mobbing it some more. No music this time, but it's still raining. So I'm kind of like halfway miserable now, because it's like I don't have music to like preoccupy my mind. So no music this time. I finally get to some signs that say Jacksonville, and you know, I remember partially looking at where I needed to go on the map, but definitely not anywhere near detail as what I really needed to as far as getting to this dude's house. So I'm fucking, all I know is Jacksonville. That's my destination. So I go Jacksonville, I take, I get a couple exits into the town, and I exit the freeway. And all I can think of is, you know what, all I need to do is really find a Starbucks. If I find a Starbucks, I'm sure somebody would be there that, everybody has fucking some sort of piece of technology in Starbucks to be able to help me out. So, I'm riding, I take this exit, and I find myself in the most slummiest shithole ever. Evidently, I was in the worst part of Jacksonville you could possibly go and find yourself into. Like, there was drug deals happening, like, right fucking next to me. That's how bad this fucking place was. So, finding a Starbucks in this location would have been slightly... Starbucks. Would have been slightly interesting. I don't know if I'd be able to actually find a Starbucks. So, I pushed on, and I was like, there's got to be one some fucking where. Finally, after about, 5 or 10 miles, whatever, I finally find this fucking Starbucks. Pull over, I'm like, fuck, thank God. Park the bike, walk inside, dress down, take off my helmet, take off my gloves. At this point in time, I am absolutely fucking drenched. Like, beyond comfortable. I just got out of the fucking pool kind of drenched. And anyway, I walked in. There were two young ladies that were at the table. While I was dressing down, I was able to kind of figure out that one of them was the manager, and one of them was just an associate that was, updating one of the menu boards. So, took off my helmet, gloves, whatever. I'm standing there, I'm dripping. There's actually like a puddle on the floor, like accumulating underneath me. So, I take out my phone just to be on the sure side that this thing does, legitimately no longer fucking works. And, I pull it out of the Ziploc bag. Obviously, it had water in it. I tried starting it. I'm an idiot, whatever. And fuck me, nope, phone doesn't work. So, I go ahead and pose the question. I was like, excuse me, I'm from out of town. I'm riding, I'm trying to meet up with some friends. I don't know where they live. Is there any possibility that you might be able to let me borrow your phone to where I could get a hold of them on Instagram or Facebook or something, so I could get a hold of them, let them know where I'm at? And they're like, so the manager lady replies to me, she's like, so basically you just need to make a phone call? And I was like, I would love to, but I don't know their phone number. And she looked at me like, you don't know their phone number? I'm like, yeah, I don't know their phone number. Who the fuck memorizes their friends' phone numbers? Nobody. I only know one fucking phone number, and it's mine. I don't even know my dad's phone number. So I'm just like, yeah, I mean, obviously I don't, I can't make a fucking phone call if I don't know their phone. So she's like, well, I'm using mine. And then just looks back down at her phone and starts using it. And the fucking chick that was, very attentively paying attention to my story of, I got soaked and shit like that, just completely ignores me, doesn't even answer, and just looks back down at her board and starts, writing her fucking menu down. And I'm just like, huh, well, that's nice of them. So I put all my shit back on, helmet, gloves, and I asked them, would you guys be able to at least point me in the direction of an AT&T store? And she said, there's one just down the road on the left. I was like, perfect. I'll fucking take off and go to that. So, gear up, I leave. I'm not fucking happy. Whatever. I get going down the street. I finally find this fucking AT&T store that's in this little shopping center, and I walk up to the door. I look at the time, and it says we close at, or it says like the hours, it closes at 8. And I'm just like, fuck, what time is it? I look at the clock on my bike, 7:05. I was like, fuck yes. You guys are open. You guys should be able to help me out. Walk up to the door, knock on it because it was locked, and the manager's in there vacuuming. And he's like, sorry, we're closed. You know, he does that little mouthing shit. It's just like, sorry. And I'm just like standing there. I'm like, no, nope. You're gonna fucking come out and at least, you know, answer me. It's only 7:05. What I failed to realize was that no, it is not 7:05. I forgot about a time change that happened in Tallahassee, and it is exactly 8:05. So fuck me, they've been closed for 5 minutes. Anyway, he opens the door. I tell him my whole fucking story about I'm lost, I don't know where I'm going, I don't have my phone's fucking dead, it's like water fucking destroyed it. All I need is like some sort of way to get a hold of my friends. And he asks the same stupid fucking question. So all you need to do is make a phone call. I was like, yes, but my phone's dead and I have no phone numbers. It's like, come on, are you guys that fucking dense? So whatever, hello. So whatever, I ask him, is there any other options that you can think of then, since you're not gonna fucking help me out? All of which, I'm in a, like a cracked door, like I'm a fucking criminal. You know, he's not obviously gonna let me in because he's closed. He's like, well, there's an AT&T store that's open in the mall till 9, and obviously at this point in time it's 8:15. After telling my whole story and my whole ordeal, it's 8:15. So yeah, he's like, there's an AT&T store in the mall, and I was like, okay, just standing there looking at him. Are you going to give me some fucking directions to the mall? Because obviously I don't fucking know where I'm going. If I knew where the mall was, I would have gone, no problem. So he's like, oh yeah, it's just down the road, you can't miss it. All right, whatever. So all I know is I need to get to this AT&T store that's in the fucking mall. It's 8:15 at night. They close at 9. And I have no idea whether it's a mile down the road or 10 miles down the road. So I get back on to this main road that I'm on, and I'm doing about 80. I don't know what the speed limit is, but I'm pretty sure 80 is a little bit over. So I'm fucking going. Flooring. I'm in and out of traffic. I'm fucking miserable, wet, tired. It's like damp now. The rain's kind of subsided. It's not as bad. So whatever. So I'm going down the fucking road on this main strip doing 80 miles an hour. I look to my left and I see another AT&T store in this little fucking strip mall. Nothing stand out about it. I was like, well, fuck you, AT&T. But I happened to see a little fucking sign that says open. And I was like, fucking sliding and shit, just MotoGP downshifting, my fucking tires all squirrely and shit all over the fucking place. And I fucking slide right into that fucking place. I don't even take my helmet off, don't take my gloves off, turn the bike off, walk inside. Doors fucking open. I'm like, yes! 2 guys are in there, and both of them said, we're closed. Sorry, dude. I'm like, all right, dude. I know you're closed, but here's my fucking sob story. Basically, you know, they were able to fucking hook me up, get me set up, and, you know, get on a computer. I fucking send a message out to Oidirk, and I send a fucking message out to Chase Jasper Down. I send these guys messages on Facebook, so I'm like, fuck yes, these guys are gonna rescue me. 10 minutes goes by while these guys are closing down the store. No messages back. I'm here, I'm on their computer because they can't get me a phone. My SIM card's fucked. A whole bunch of stuff wrong with the phone. So, no messages. And I don't know how to use Facebook that well, especially from my personal Facebook side. All I know is how to use the fucking fan page shit. That's all I fucking use it for. I don't like any of my friends can tell you I'm never on my fucking normal Facebook page. It's fucking stupid. So he's like, have they replied? I'm like, no. He's like, well, I kind of have to, you know, close up. Is there any other way? Is like, there's a way you can call them somehow? I'm like, I don't know a phone number. He's like, oh, hold on. Clicks into fucking Oydirk's fucking personal page, and bam, there's a phone number. I was like, oh my fucking, thank God, there's a fucking phone number. Call him up, no answer. Leave a voicemail. Hey man, I'm here, I'm stranded, blah, blah, blah. Help me. Come get me. So much time to fucking just sit there on a goddamn green light. So I'm like, help me, dude. And nothing. He's like, all right, I'll give you like 5 more minutes. I got a couple more things to do. I'm like, thanks, dude. So he's about ready to close up. I'm fucking, I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's like, let me call him up again. Calls him up. Oydirk answers, and I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, dude, I'm stranded. My phone is like water damaged. It's broken. It doesn't work. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm at this location. Come get me. And he's like, okay, here, let me give you to Chase Jasper Down. Hands the phone over to him, and I can hear him over the phone. And he says, hey, Downey's phone is like having problems. And he needs us to come get her. And I'm like yelling through the phone, no! Broken! Not problems, broken. And I'm fucking stranded. So, to finish off the story, fuck bitches at Starbucks. Obviously, the fucking store's location is gonna be down in the description, as well as the location to the AT&T down in the description. And the other AT&T that's down in the description, because all these fucking places I was able to map out after the fact, and you know, whatever. So I had Oydirk, fucking Redline 87, and Chase Jasper Down fucking guide me in to the fucking place to start off this fucking weekend with no phone. And that was my first fucking taste of rolling into Jacksonville. I hope you guys enjoyed the story and the first car vlog. And basically the reason why my bike is in the back of my truck is because so much water. I was having issues with the electronics of it. My key fob started having issues to where I couldn't get close to my bike and, you know, the bike start, even though that was inside of this pocket of the Kriega bag that was water resistant. I guess the moisture ended up messing with the key fob. And I have a fuel sensor problem, on top of which I need new tires to get put on. So the bike's in the back. It's been out of videos for a while because of me going to Jacksonville. It's been down for a couple months. I just haven't had the time to go out to Tallahassee or Pensacola, which are both 2 hours in either direction, to get to a Ducati dealer to get this fucking thing fixed. So that's where I'm taking it right now. I hope you've enjoyed story time with Downey, and let me know what you guys think. All right, dudes, later.